I was a numbers person that hated budgeting. I started my money journey as an early 20s person. I was married at 21, I know, believe it or not. And I knew that I needed budgeting. I was starting a new career, finally had a real job, all those things. But it just always stayed in the back of my mind and never became a reality. I think when you're starting out, you just feel like you don't need to do those things. Unfortunately, you grow up and you still then don't do those things. And I found myself at late 20s looking around and saying, wait a minute, I'm not doing what I want to do financially. I'm not really getting ahead the way that I want to. We have no investments, we have no savings. We just spend our money from month to month. And it wasn't until that me and my husband at that time took a financial principles course, and it taught us a way of budgeting that really just made sense, and it gave us a plan. I think that was the biggest thing that changed, I guess, my life. I think it didn't quite change as much for him. Could be why we're not married today, not sure. But yeah, it really changed my life and the way that I looked at our money, and because looking at your how you're spending, making a plan for it really ahead of time before you spend it all really meant that we could allocate money to savings and to investments and to the different things we needed to do, and knew exactly how much we had to spend on the things that we wanted. So it didn't limit us. We were able to actually get ahead. As you can tell from the story, we're not married anymore. And anytime you get divorced, you have to start over financially. But I carried that practice with me. And now, even in my marriage to Jeff, who is the founder and co-director of FutureBound with me, we actually use the same type of budget that I learned in my late 20s. And that's a zero-sum budget. It really gives you control, and I don't know, self-proclaimed control freak. I loved it. And I still do. I know exactly where everything's going. We actually set up our bank accounts to be in a very similar fashion, so we can just look at our bank accounts and see how that goes. And so it really allows us to really make a difference, move forward year after year toward our financial goals, and actually hit them and make new ones. Okay, now that we've done that, where to next? Because we have planned what's happening with our money, and it just kind of happens seamlessly because we've also automated how that works. So yeah, we're finally winning with our money. For more financial tips, advice, and education, subscribe to us on YouTube, and don't forget to hit that notification bell.